Alright, we are here with Nixilis, Reignited. I've played a lot of this on paper. I don't think it's too phenomenal as a commander, especially in historic Brawl. Regular Brawl, I think any mono black commander is viable just because the cards are good in black. But here, if this was 4, I'd like it a lot more. I know I say that a lot. If the card was cheaper, it'd be better. Yeah, alright, I say that all the time, but there is huge breakpoints, and from 4 to 5, that is a rather big breakpoint, right? You can't play this on turn 3 with a 2-mana Mana Rock. That is quite huge. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm running all the proliferate cards in black, even the ones that are really bad, just because, well, getting to the ultimate does seem like a guaranteed win if you can stabilize after, assuming your opponent isn't at like 600 life or something, which I don't think I've ever really seen. So it gives you some kind of neat inevitability. And it's a card draw engine, right? That's always a plus. It's kind of funny, you look at a card like this, and then you turn around and you look at a card like Teferi. It's like, dang, you know, like blue-white gets an untap with the plus instead of losing life, still draws a card. The minus gets rid of like any permanent, not just a creature, and then the ultimate just deals with the board forever, so you win that way instead of like attacking your opponent at an angle, like life total wise, that might not be that relevant, and your opponent could still kill you. So it's like a worse Teferi Hero of Dominaria in basically every single way. But I suppose that means I'd hope to never play against it in the other tier 1 scary things. So other than that, the new card, I think this is the only card I had. Yeah, this is the only card I had to craft here. Urborg. This is an interesting one. It lets you play a few new lands that you might not have otherwise in at least mono black. I'm sure there's more things that this is going to be doing, but it's nice. Cabal Stronghold, if you want some goofy land. Now your Karn's Bastion is a swamp. Yay, I don't know. If you think you're getting this every game, you can play even more fetch lands, and Dread Presence is now like triggering twice a turn. That seems pretty cool. I don't know, and this card isn't that exciting inherently anyways, but I don't know, it's something there. Torment of Hellfire is pretty cool for, you know, big black decks. Black Market I've never played with before, but I like the idea of putting one thing on here, and then I can sort of proliferate the charge counters, and X spells like Torment get very scary when you have 600 mana, right? That's pretty cool. And that's about it. So I'm just trying to race to an ultimate, and my opponent have no answer to it, and win the game. So like, comment, subscribe, send it. Loot in My Little Pony just, they really go hand in hand. I think the past 3 loot players have had that. Well, this is a turn too late. Love to see it. Alright, that's not what I expected. Also, not really what I expected, but okay. Opponent gets Endurance. My opponent's just straight up running Endurance. Huh. That is very interesting. So this is 3, this is also 3. Let's play Stone Cold Nothing. I mean, you can't not play the game. I was about to say, you gotta like, you actually have to play the game here. Look like they almost just didn't cast it. Honestly, maybe I shouldn't have fetched there, in case I draw my thing. Although, honestly, it's not really even that crucial too. So I would really like to play this, but like, I don't know if I can let my opponent untap with loot. That's kind of how you lose. Yeah, alright, we're just not going to... in Nixilis position where plussing is what I'm doing. Just play it and do this. I don't imagine I'm gonna tick up 8 times or 6 times. I guess 7 turns within play is a lot, so I don't see this happening. Okay, I would like to draw a land and steal this, I think. I did, so non-token. Let's play... Actually, we'll get rid of... We'll do it this way. One target puts all their... Okay, so they could actually Endurance my Reanimate, but that's my opponent's Endurance and another card out of their deck just to deal with their own, like, Baloth, and that just seems really good to me. So, yeah, it didn't seem like this game was going to matter to getting to an ultimate, but... Nope. Because I have Shieldred, Dark Ritual Gristlebrand is a lot more appealing instead of Dark Ritual of Nixilis. I mean, that's probably always right anyways, but I can do that and then race to a Shieldred and just win by drawing 65 cards or something like that. Okay. Well, they didn't have that on turn 1, which allows this game to continue. That's pretty cool. That is not an answer to this creation. Could be a removal spell still, though. I mean, a Sultai good stuff pile, that's what I've learned that this commander is. Well, we do get Gristlebrand in play. Hard to complain about, like, anything ever when that is a thing. And I'll just pass. I could draw to find us something, but I'll just pass. It's fine. Alright, so no casualties of war, please. That would be pretty cool. Opponent, by the way, has literally no snowlands. I didn't have to do that there, honestly. Could have just waited. Yeah, I did not have to draw there. Alright, so Shieldred, and then pass the turn. Gain however much life I want to, and hope I'm not dead. I think, Emergent Ultimatum is like the only thing I can think of. That is not Emergent Ultimatum. I have so much life here, too, that Kama's not really going to save him. It does tap down Gristlebrand, but I think I'm in a okay spot. And my opponent top decked a removal spell. Of course it did. Fascinating. Odd. 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 Alright, so we can go one more time, just for the life gain. I mean, I'm going to lose a lot of these cards, but the life gain is probably kind of significant. Maybe not the most amazing thing, but still. So everything's odd. I want to play this land. I have 5 mana, so I can play this first. Yeah, I'm most assuredly always playing Extinction Event, so... They should not... Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, they can choose to keep the 3/3. But tapping here is the same as blocking. It's the same. Like, there's no reason to... No reason to do that, really. Unless they think I have Slaughter Pact or something. I suppose it's free, but... Alright. Keep 7. 1... 7. Alright, I'm at 54. Opponent is losing life with creatures being cast. My opponent top-decked another removal spell. They would have cast it before they had the draw trigger there, so that's pretty cool. Just runner removal off the top. Can they sack? It's non-land permanents, okay. So they have 2. I can do this for not really a lot, honestly. I also discarded all my lands. Not too big of a deal, though. We can play this. Doesn't get rid of much, though. I don't really know what to do here. Just recast Gristlebrand with Reanimate? I don't know what universe that's incorrect, so I'm gonna do it. I didn't play my land, so I will go find it. Oh, it's a pretty good one, too. Look at that. I'm going to keep the land this time. 1. Okay. Is lethal in the air. What does this even do? Picks up nothing? Okay, it just picked up nothing. Cool. And now there's no black mana. Yep, that's just game then. Cool. Well, I can't say Ob Nixilis had anything to do with that, but just like how Mana Drain ends games before they start, so too does Dark Ritual. Oh, love to see it. Oh, I got scared for a second. I thought this was that thing that shuffles in copies of something, like oil counters or whatever. I can't remember the name of it. The actual worst commander in the game, objectively. But no, it is not, in fact, that card. This one tries to play just a few creatures, right, and blow you out of the water with them or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen this. Quite a while, actually. Like 8 months, maybe longer. I'm getting the vibes that it's only running a few creatures in it. Yeah, it doesn't stop me from playing the cards that I'm gonna play. So you also need a reanimate spell. I should play this. I will reveal for the sake of card draw. Because I need to sweep the board, basically, when they they have to have a reanimate spell. You don't always have them. And my opponent has it, because why wouldn't they? Love to see it. I don't have an exile effect, so I am screwed 6 ways to Sunday. Fascinating. Okay. It's 6, so I can do this. I can also find Reanimate next turn. Not too far off from that. This gives me the vibe they don't have a Reanimate spell, because otherwise it's kind of weird. They would just Reanimate this first. To just draw up, like, more cards and stuff. Oh no, my... probably this, because this is super scary if it resolves. No, wow. Really? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, opponent. I will play this, and then... Is this not enough? 4 or 5? Oh, it's not enough! It's not enough. Guess I'm just plussing. That doesn't really do anything, but, well, it's here to stay now. Let's play this. I wish I could play Virtue here. It's just depressing. Okay, well, third Davriel I've played today. Let's see if it actually does something. Well, it kind of does. Look at that. Alright, I'll take it. They did not have a Reanimate spell, but my opponent's kind of still just completely fine here, honestly. I can't say either one of us is ahead or not right now. Probably the One Ring just going crazy is pushing it to my opponent's favor, but I don't really know. So I do have an enchantment here that makes their future stuff pretty miserable, but I don't have it currently. Alright, I'm gonna just do a second deal. Let's not get weird with Davriel. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever actually done that one before, and it actually works here. That's actually insane. Cool. Very cool. I have not done that before. My opponent does not know about the Reanimate. In fact, I didn't either. Until literally 2 seconds ago. So... Actually, I think Vorinclex is just so much better here. How is this not better? Sure? Opponent picked pretty quickly there, but I really don't know what they could get that's problematic. I genuinely don't know. I'm not really interested in respecting a single card here, so... Okay. They have to contest with Vorinclex, which is very annoying to do. And the One Ring, without having a board state, does become a liability. It'll start to drain you significantly here. Yeah, opponent just killed something random here, but I mean, how... If they did wipe out the right target, let's say, I don't know, they probably just flung it for the sake of it, but let's say they blew this up, they take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm gaining basically 4 a turn, or 3 a turn. And the Virtue has not been dealt with, so I get to Oh, right, the Virtue. The Virtue, so there's no reason to target this. I just get it again. Yeah, I would argue this is probably better, but there's definitely an argument to taking this instead. However, the idea of shutting down even a little bit of my opponent's mana is pretty huge, and letting me double up on mana for a turn is also pretty huge. But it is scary. Like, the life gain here is kind of useful, but alright. This is Jolly Balloon Man. Oh my goodness. Fury is kind of annoying with Ephemerate, but also not really annoying. That's actually quite... that's annoying. Yeah, that was actually... shoot. Okay, let's play this... No. I'm gonna stick to my guns here. Okay. I guess I just have to be happy with that, is what it is. I wonder if they ephemerate the Warhound. They do! Wow, okay. They didn't swing with it first! Oh no, they didn't swing with it first. Oh. Now they have to Fury? Oh, that feels so bad. Now you just have to... do you... I mean, I don't even think I would out of merit. Oh, they do, though. Yikes. They should not have to... yeah. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. What a blowout. Davriel was by far the best thing I could have done then. Alright, I'll take it. I cannot currently shut down Ephemerate. Otherwise, I genuinely would in this spot. So... this would die even at 4? This is such a terrible card. It's so upsetting. It really needs 4 loyalty. Enough about that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This makes a 1/1, so it's just 5. This wouldn't die. I think I'm gonna do this, though. I don't really care about Ashnod's Altar, and you can't convince me to, so, alright. That's my TED Talk. Alright, we're gonna bank on our opponent misclicking. No such luck. Yeah, I don't really know what the Ashnod's Ulcer is doing right now. I'm not seeing it. This is 2 cards a turn I'd rather not be dealing with, though, but nothing I can do about it. Okay, that's somewhat stuff. Balloon Man does a good job at not simply playing small things, though. That is an auto win, right? You just exert the copy and just have infinite combat steps. Oh, this is just... Imagine I could have dealt with this. I would have won, for sure. Ugh. Unfortunate. Okay, if it's the only thing they're doing, I suppose it isn't as unfortunate, but... it's still annoying. Feel pretty safe in attacking as well. Okay, so we're gonna... Let's see. This is 6. I need 7. There is no way to Karn's Bastion at the same time, so let's do that first. See what's on top. That is a good one. I cannot play it, though, so I guess I am going to lose it. And I will commit to just blowing this up, so my opponent stops doing that. And it's not reasonable to take a turn off, just to draw this Alcatraz. I'll just do this. I can put a creature, we can set this up, although that's a lot of life. If it backfires, Ripskis could just play it safe. I think I will, and just take Ritual Slit and have that be useful later. No attack. I'm going to go a turn without attacking. See if I can't defend Ob Nixilis. Alright, well, I mean... I dealt with their card engine, and they didn't have anything after it, so... Alright, we're good. Love to see it. Makes the Ritual Slit kind of awkward, but that's, I mean, I untap with Ob Nixilis, right? I could play this. Alright, they haven't answered Ob Nixilis, so this... How is this bad? Alright. Yeah. So they were drawing 2 cards a turn, but they just didn't have anything else to do? I don't know what this card is for. I know sacking the token is cool, but, like, that can't really be the only... Oh, yeah, and the Fury Blowout. They didn't kill Davriel. Oh, that felt so bad. This game would have been different if they had... Well, I mean, you know, a little different. Just a little different. What is this hand? Oh my goodness, what is this? This is never a keep. What is this hand? Holy patooties, Batman. Guess I could have taken the brainstorm, draw thingy, whatever it's called. Oh, hey, look, that thing. Is it draw 2, discard 1? Yeah. I didn't even look at the card. Okay. Devotion here would be actually really bad. I didn't think about devotion happening, but I guess there's not much I could do about it anyways. That is not devotion. They didn't cast it. I think I cast this. Yeah, alright. This having devotion would be really nice for me when I go to cast this, so. What? Not really what I expected. Isn't just bouncing Sorin better? Oh, that becomes a creature! Oh, this is such a blowout. Oh, this is... I mean, that's just backbreaking, right? Yeah, that's just... That's just so backbreaking. They didn't even cast the... I would have left up mana here for this thing. Like, that's slightly better here? Maybe not. Maybe not. I didn't even have to cast this. Maybe I should have held on to it? Maybe? I don't know. Hard to tell. Well, Cyclonic Rift has been arguably wasted. I think it's actually too late to cast this. Okay. I refuse to get hit by mana drain, so draw, I guess. The fact that oh jeez, fine. I'll take that action. I do have a Guardian Idol. It can swing for 5 now, like, basically out of nowhere. My opponent's not careful. Alright, apparently Felia was either extremely important to whatever my opponent was doing, or they were going to scoop anyways. I don't think this was going to really do anything, unless they had something very scary to flicker there, which, again, I'm not even sure what that could be. Ooh, baby lasagna. Alright. So, it's a very difficult commander to activate, and even when you do activate it, its ability isn't really that oppressive. Let's see what it does here. I feel confident about a slightly slower hand here. Oh wow, especially no green. I mean, ugh, yeah, really want a 1 mana card there. Especially the commander like this. Alright, let's see if I can't steal it. Okay, so both of these are good. I'll take that. I don't need Phyrexian Arena, obviously. Tuh, really? Wow. On turn wow. I feel like I would have done this maybe earlier? Must have just drawn it. I'm actually not a big fan of Grief in Historic Brawl. Okay, well now Grief is just extremely good because it sticks around and happens twice. So when you do that, it's really good. I mean, you just take these two. It's not rocket science here. Yep, there you go. It's pretty easy. Okay, I would like to play this, but I don't know how this is wrong, so it's not like Grief is doing anything. And my opponent was willing to give me Worn Power Stone, so I should exploit it. My opponent had nothing? Ooh. Yikes. So Orcish Bowmasters would be very, very annoying. I haven't seen a Bowmasters in 600 years, though, so... Alright, looks like it was a spot removal spell. Creature removal, I mean. Alright. Quite annoying. But you know what's better than that? Gristlebrand immediately milled into virtuing it. I think that's a little bit better than Black Market. Or this Black Market, not the not the 5-mana one. Alright, my opponent does have the permanent types, because Black Market gives you them immediately. But they do not cast it. Honestly, I mean, it's not even doing that much here. You know what? I'm just gonna Grief. I played enough Gristlebrands. Let's just, disrupt them into oblivion. Alright, I don't really care if there's a land on top. There is a land on top. But again, I'm not... Oh, they didn't play the land on top. Oh, opponent, what are you doing? Now, it's a bit of a mistake. Okay, looks like they were not punished, though. Definitely don't care about Revolt here. I mean, I could have just killed this. I really could have. I feel like I'm playing with my food a little bit by not just killing that immediately. Alright, so we're going to lose Liliana next turn. It is what it is, though. And this is now just not doing anything. My opponent could have actually just cast their commander here and chose not to. When my I have no cards in my hand. My opponent can just cast their commander, and they have a way to kill this on top, and they still concede it. Oh, that's a feels bad. That's a feels bad. Oh, I mean, yeah, I have the virtue there, right? Just get Gristlebrand. Okay, so the proliferate package in mono black, if you're like prone to doing that with mono black planeswalkers, most of that is Liliana, because it comes in at a reasonable time and you can play with the early Liliana as opposed to playing later with the proliferate with like a 5-mana Liliana. So it's kind of steep that this costs 5. That's really the biggest problem, is it costs 5. That's just, I think it just pushes it out of true contention for the majority of your matchups, right? Sometimes you play this and it's good if your opponent's like mono green, do nothing, play creature, and then you're like, alright, well, me play this, me kill creature, me win. But a lot of games, excuse me, I bang the table, a lot of games don't end up like that, right? You don't have a lot of hedge against giant scary spells because you don't have counter spells. I'm not really pressuring my opponent's life total too much, so it's hard to put my opponent in a position where they're like feeling the pressure, right? I'm not really pushing a lot of threat onto my opponent with just ticking up 2 planeswalkers. Now that sounds really good, but those 2 planeswalkers are not Teferi and Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's Ob Nixilis and Davriel minusing, not even plussing. Like it's really, the Planeswalker package is not super strong in mono black in historic, standard probably, but here, not really. If you draw 2 cards a turn, you just win the game idea is not as nearly oppressively, like, it's not a thing in historic where it is in standard Brawl. So Ob Nixilis in standard Brawl again would be awesome because it has the tacked on, well, I'm drawing 2 cards a turn and you're not, I will win this game, right? This is not the format where that matters nearly as much. So you kind of lose that element. It's not to say drawing is bad or anything, but there are certainly better options for mono black commanders that net you card advantage while also having, higher power things it's doing on top of that. I never got to the ultimate. I got to the ultimate a single time, or would have had my opponent not conceded, but I still would have won, I think, before that point, because, well, if you're taking up Ob Nixilis and your opponent's not dealing with it, eventually the cards will actually end up mattering, right? You're just drowning your opponent in removal spells and they can't stick anything on the board. But all it takes is for your opponent to cast, like, an extra turn into Mizzix Mastery or Emergent Ultimatum, and it doesn't matter if you've drawn 5 cards. You're just you can't attack or defend yourself against things in that angle coming at you like that. So it's just really rough. Like, mono black in general, I think, is not really up there as much as I think it used to be, especially with, I think there was someone that I played against a lot that played Skillithix, whatever, the 4/4 hasting infect dragon, and it was like a plan B, and their deck was just like mono black good stuff, and they sometimes hit you 3 times with an infect flyer, and most of the games he probably didn't, but it's just always there. That's kind of where I felt with this one. I think this might arguably be better than Skittles, but it's neither here nor there. It's just that your package, like your deck is not. Other things are outpacing mono black, especially if you're willing to fit in a bunch of really questionable cards just to proliferate. I don't even know if I ever proliferated, can't even say it. outside of, I think the only time I proliferated was from Staff of Completion, which is really the best proliferate card, maybe next to Drown and Ichor. This one's alright too. You could just play this, that's fine. But all the other ones are meh. Like, Blight Belly's okay, you're never gonna poison anyone, but I don't know. It felt like that was just in the way. I ended up taking out the fetch lands and Dread Presence because, well, it's nice to have double landfall triggers for something like that. It's just Dreadfall Presence costs 4 mana. Good luck doing that and also having a fetch land. Fetch lands also cost life, and there was a lot of life paying in this deck. Like, this one paid a lot of life just from like this plus and black market connections, Crystal Brand, Davriel making you lose 6, Phyrexian, like there was a lot of life I was losing, so I took out all the fetch lands. It just, that value is so negligible to me. But all in all, I cannot recommend Ob Nixilis as a commander. Not even close, honestly. Definitely bottom third, so maybe tier 3. If you're ever up against, because it sometimes just does this to you, if you're ever up against a tier 1 bracket, max bracket commander, you just lose, right? Like, your opponent's Teferi deck, or Sithis, or Keenan, or Ragavan even, although Ragavan you might actually be able to stabilize, they're doing what you're doing, while also doing 5 other things that are really good, so it's not really able to compete up there. I didn't bump into any of those tier 1 commanders, though. Sometimes it comes out of nowhere, and I wouldn't be surprised if you do, in fact, bump into that sometimes, so you gotta be cognizant of that. The best card in the deck is Dark Ritual. This has not changed. You could, I mean, if you really, I wish you could, but if you put Dark Ritual in your command zone, your deck is just 10 times better. I mean, it would just be mono 3 drops, but alright, that's rambling. I'm rambling. Let me know what you thought about it. Can't recommend it. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good New Year's. I will see you guys in 2025. Alright.